You can see the space I've got in there. Got plenty of room for this thing to swell and shrink all it wants to now. Okay, now we've got our drawer made. Now we've got to make our other inside, which is, okay, we need 2.5. We're going to call it 2.5. That'll give us, yep, 2.5. All right, before we go any farther, let's go check it, make sure everything's going to fit. Okay, here we go. Our part sets in there. Got it down. Oh boy, it's a little tight. We may have to, I mean, it'll go, but I would just as soon cut 1/4 of an inch off of it rather than tear up our wall. But anyway, it's gonna go. Okay, let's build a drawer. Okay, now this is where you can mount anything, anyway, anyhow of how you want your pistol to fit. You can have it raised from the back of the drawer, you can just have it flat, you can just have it loose, doesn't matter. So we know we've got plenty of room, we can raise it up. So let's just work with that right there. So with this all the way down inside our, with that all the way down inside our cabinet, now we want to know at this point where our bottom shelf goes. Okay, so we come down, so we're going to come down 6 inches. Okay, we come down 6 inches from our cabinet. Draw our line. Now we'll need to know how big our bottom shelf is going to be. How big our bottom shelf is going to be. And we're going to call it, just to give it a little room, we're going to call it 1 inch. Theoretically it's 1.25 inches, but I'm going to do 1 inch in case it needs to slide down there a little more. So we're going to do 1 inch from this 3.5 down to 1 inch for the two sides. See, we need 2 more sides just like this. Here's our 6 inch mark. Put it right there. Now you may have to do 2 or 3 cuts on this to get it right. Alright, let's get that one first. Okay, this is where I could use my cross slide table, but this table saw is too small. I sold my big saw since I sold my cabinet shop. So, but we're just going to freehand all this. Now remember, we have to get 2 of them. Okay. Yep. Okay, this works. So now we just need our little 1 inch across the bottom. And then we need our top piece. Alright, there's that. Now we just need a little piece across the bottom. Okay, you may have to do a little trimming to get it to fit a little better, but we're almost there. Okay, once you get this thing in there, now we're ready for the last part before our trim. Well, really our trim goes on first. Okay, now we're going to get our top, which is, looks like 9 5/8. About 2 3/4. Let's go put it in the hole. Remember, it was a little tight. I'm going to kind of trim a little bit of this off at the top. Alright, we got this thing stuck on there, but now I broke this piece of sheetrock right here trying to get it in. I should have known better. Giving it a little bit more room, but there's our, well, you can put any kind of trinket in there, like a piece of antique whatever, if you ever need to get, well, I'm sure I'm glad that's my target pistol and not my good one. Looks like we've got a couple little things we got to redo. But you kind of get the idea. And nobody's going to know much more about that. The only thing you got to watch out for is where you get close to these electrical boxes. Sometimes there's wires that'll be running horizontally in the walls, especially in these newer homes. The older homes, they used to go up the wall. Anywho, this gives you an idea. But this is just one of those quick things that I just wanted to show people. And I know you can spend more time on it, making it right, making it work better than this. Well, good luck on your gun safe. Easy to get to and everything.